Imagine a world where the ordinary is merely a mask for the extraordinary, where a simple shopgirl could become the heart of an intergalactic adventure and plastic mannequins aren't always what they seem. This is the world that we were introduced to in 2005 when Doctor Who sprang back onto our screens. And in this video, I want to start my rewatch of New Doctor Who with its first ever episode, Rose. Please come and join me beyond the sofa. Welcome to the show and the start of my new Who review. My name is Steve, but I'm often known by the screen name of Mr. Stephen. Now, Rose is a very special episode for me. Not only was it the return of Doctor Who, which was a huge moment for every fan at the time, but I also got to be an extra in it. Here I am, sat behind Billie Piper and running away from an exploding building. Okay, so this isn't the most impressive thing in the world, but I got to be in Doctor Who, which was a bit of a dream come true at the time. Even so, I haven't seen this episode for quite a while, so I was interested in taking a fresh look. We start with Rose Tyler, a character so relatable in her mundane life, who becomes our window into this vast, mysterious universe. We're introduced to her daily grind, the job, the relationship with Mickey, those little life quirks that we can all resonate with. Some people say that what anchors Russell T Davies' era is a sense of soap opera, but these moments are incredibly important to the show. It contrasts between Rose's mundane world and the arcane world of the Doctor. The department store, a symbol of her everyday life, is ground zero for an alien incursion, setting the tone for the events ahead. The Autons, masquerading as simple plastic dummies, serve as harbingers for deeper truths that we're about to uncover. But remember, as we dive in, the beauty of this episode lies not just in the spectacle, but in the subtlety, the understanding that beneath the veneer of the ordinary, there's always a hint at the extraordinary. Rose's introduction into the supernatural starts perhaps with the most unlikely of places, the shop basement. Amongst the mannequins, which, let's be honest, they're already creepy without being animated by alien tech, Rose stumbles onto a world that is bigger than her day-to-day. And when they start moving, it's every kid's worst nightmare realised. It was certainly mine as a kid. But here comes our enigmatic hero, the Doctor, dashing in with no proper introduction, his urgency infectious, the simple command, run! It echoes not just as a call to escape danger, but as an invitation into the unknown, a leap from the mundane to the marvellous. Yet, amidst all of this chaos, we're left wondering, who is this man? And more so, what would any of us do in Rose's shoes? Rose Tyler is played brilliantly by Billie Piper. The casting was initially met with some skepticism. Many wondered if she could rise to the challenge given her pop background, but she quickly dispelled any doubts with her portrayal. Her nuanced performance displaying a wide range of emotions and depth was lauded by both critics and fans. Rose became one of the most beloved companions in this series, and Billie even won several awards for her role. It's clear now that this role was impeccably cast, as in a world full of alien invasions and time-travelling boxes, Rose remains the touchstone of reality, and the audience really needs to bond with her character. She's a reminder that even in the face of the unfathomable, there's a human element, a human heartbeat to the world. Our response to the extraordinary is often rooted in our very human emotions: fear, curiosity, skepticism. And speaking of skepticism, let's talk about Rose's first encounter with the Doctor. Now, if a man mysteriously appears and warns of danger and then vanishes into the night, leaving only cryptic remarks and a rotating plastic hand in his wake, wouldn't you have questions? Well, Rose certainly does, and she embodies that blend of curiosity and caution, the urge to dig deeper, paired with this very real fear of the unknown. Put yourself in her shoes for a moment. You meet someone as enigmatic as the Doctor, with his eccentricities and cryptic comments. Would you trust him straight away, or would you, like Rose, require a bit more convincing? It's a tug of war between the allure of adventure and the comfort of the familiar. The beauty of Rose as an episode is how it doesn't rush her decision-making. It lets her, and by extension us, the audience, wrestle with the unknown. It asks a simple yet profound question. Faced with the unbelievable, do you run away from it, or do you run towards it? Every episode of Doctor Who is like a roller coaster, but Rose is particularly special. It serves as both an introduction and a warm, familiar embrace for fans of old. Whilst it unravels the mystery of the Doctor and the Autons, it does so with a delightful blend of humour and tension and spirited chasing, because what is Doctor Who without a good chase, right? Amongst the many comic moments, one stands out, Rose's plastic boyfriend, Mickey. We've all had our share of questionable relationships, but who'd want to date a guy who has nothing in his trousers but a trademark that says property of the Nestine consciousness? Plastic Mickey is both funny and scary at the same time, and it's in these light-hearted moments that Doctor Who shines brightest, juxtaposing humour with the high stakes of an alien invasion. In fact, Mickey, as a character, is a juxtaposition themselves. He stands as a stark contrast to the Doctor. Whilst the Doctor exudes confidence and knowledge and a sense of authority over the vast mysteries of the universe, Mickey embodies the everyday man's reaction to the inexplicable, a mix of bewilderment and fear and skepticism. Where the Doctor charges headfirst into danger, Mickey will hesitate or recoil. This isn't a criticism of the character, but rather a testament to the show's brilliance in presenting a varied human response to the alien. Mickey's relatability serves as a grounding force, reminding us that not everybody can be a Time Lord, but there's a place for every character in this grand narrative. This juxtaposition carries through to Rose's interactions with the Doctor, and that banter gives the episode its heart. Their dynamic is instantaneous, filled with a mixture of curiosity and caution and camaraderie. There's a playful quality to their interactions, from the Doctor's cryptic one-liners,
there you go, you see? Armless.
To Rose's witty comebacks.
Is that supposed to sound impressive?
Their dialogue dances between the serious and the humorous. This back and forth, this push and pull lays the foundation for what becomes one of the most iconic partnerships in Doctor Who's history. Through the wild escapades, the narrow escapes, the ridiculous situations like being attacked by a plastic arm, the episode finds its rhythm. It invites viewers to both laugh and gasp, sometimes in the same breath. Rose serves as a delightful reminder that even in the face of the unknown, there's always room for a laugh. Every story has that pivotal moment. Here, it's Rose's unwavering decision to join the Doctor in his battle. Gone is the apprehensive Shopgirl. In her place stands a determined ally, ready to face the unknown. It's a testament to the episode's pacing and character development that this shift feels both natural and earned. We talked about Billie Piper. Well, let's take a moment to comment on the brilliant acting chops of Christopher Eccleston. Eccleston's Doctor is inscrutable, elusive, yet deeply empathetic. He brings a raw intensity to the role, combining a sense of weariness from past battles with a burning passion for justice. His Doctor exudes an underlying darkness, hinting at the traumas of the Time War, yet amidst this gravitas, Eccleston masterfully injects moments of warmth and humour, making his portrayal multidimensional and unforgettable. His nuanced performance adds layers to the Doctor's character, inviting viewers to decipher the many facets of this Time Lord. There's no wonder that this show became almost an instant hit with a cast like this. As the story unfolds, the stakes skyrocket. The Autons, under the command of the Nestine consciousness, evolve from mere storefront mannequins to formidable foes intent on world domination. With each scene, the pulse of the episode quickens, reminding us that beneath the everyday lies a world of alien threats. This episode's ambience is masterfully elevated by its distinctive lighting and adept direction, utilizing shadows and contrast. The mood oscillates between the foreboding and urgency. Cinematic choices like deliberate framing and dynamic camera movements draw us closer to the action, making us feel each heartbeat of the impending confrontation. In all honesty, you could say that about virtually any episode from this era. It does still have its flaws, but most of those are because of the march of time. The special effects are a little too early 2000s. The lighting and set design is maybe a tad East Enders with a bigger budget, or even CBBC. But then again, it was fresh and new, and at the time, it just looked amazing. I know most people don't expect Doctor Who to ever look that good, especially at the time. One of the consistent comments about the show was its wobbly sets, and those comments soon vanished with the new series. Rose is more than space-age encounters and plastic menaces. It's a deep dive into the intricacies of trust in relationships. Think of Rose's initial skepticism of the Doctor, yet her eventual leap of faith to stand by him, or Mickey's discomfort and jealousy juxtaposed against the Doctor's seemingly indifferent attitude. The episode showcases how these dynamics, familiar to all of us, play out against a backdrop of interstellar stakes amidst Autons and Time Lords. Rose highlights that often the challenges of the heart are the most complex and confronting. The climactic events of Rose resolve in a whirlwind of action and emotion. Post-confrontation, we're left to grapple with the residue of adrenaline and realization. It's here that Rose, a seemingly ordinary shopgirl, is thrust into the precipice of the extraordinary. She's offered a life less ordinary, a journey through space.
Did I mention it also travels in time?
And then the pièce de résistance, the unveiling of the TARDIS in all its glory. It's bigger on the inside, a fact that never ceases to amaze both newcomers and fans alike. Faced with the awe of the universe and the chance to explore its every corner, Rose's decision to join the Doctor feels inevitable, a choice that's less about escaping her life and more about embracing the vastness of existence. This inaugural episode of the revived series set the stage for what was to come. Rose wasn't just an introduction to new characters and threats, it was a promise of the stories yet to be told. The narrative threads, the themes explored, they all echo throughout future episodes, establishing not just a show, but a legacy. In the grand tapestry of Doctor Who, Rose is more than just a starting point. It's a cornerstone. It rejuvenated a classic, introduced us to new faces, and firmly entrenched itself as a pivotal chapter, shaping the direction and tone of the series for seasons to come. As I reflect on Rose, it's not just the thrill of alien encounters that stands out. No, it's the resonance of the familiar amidst the fantastical. We're all, in some ways, Rose Tyler, going about our everyday lives caught up in the mundane, but beneath that ordinary facade, there's a world of potential, of wonder, just waiting to be unearthed. This episode serves as a mirror, juxtaposing our daily routines against the backdrop of a boundless universe. The contrasts are stark, yet beautifully intertwined. Every time I watch it, I'm reminded of that feeling, the tingling sensation that there's more out there, that life's mysteries aren't just in far-off galaxies, but right here in our daily existence. In the vast continuum of Doctor Who episodes, Rose is a beacon. It doesn't just introduce us to new characters or threats. It welcomes us back to our own sense of wonder and curiosity. It's a reminder that often the most extraordinary adventures arise from the most ordinary beginnings. Every epic tale begins with a single step, or in this case, the turning of a key in the TARDIS door. That's what I think. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you next time beyond the sofa.